Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. Today I'm going to talk about this overdue pump for Bitcoin. All coins are pumping just fine. All coins are rallying to new highs right now, but Bitcoin has been stagnant for quite some time. And today I'm going to show you guys some technical indicators and some patterns that show why Bitcoin is overdue for a pump and why it may end up at $400,000 by the end of the year. Very, very, very exciting. So thanks for tuning in, guys. As always, smash up the like, subscribe to the channel. 2 streams every day, 11:30 a.m. and 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and especially Instagram, and pretty soon, TikTok. All right, so welcome. A lot of you guys are already in the chat. Let me change my screen. I got to laugh because yesterday when I was reviewing a project, I came across one I forgot the name, and the guy was, like wearing a samurai outfit in a dojo, and someone got really pissed off when I skipped over that project because of that. I'm like, that's legit. That's legit. If you're looking at an unknown project and you're checking out the leadership and you see the CEO that's just in a dojo wearing a samurai outfit and does not belong with everyone else in the picture, there's something weird about that. But I got a good laugh. I don't know if you guys caught that. But anyways, all right, Bitcoin. Back to Bitcoin, 57,900, coming back to 58,000. Not that this is really a pump for, look at this spammer trying to spam in my chat as if anyone's going to really fall for that. Yeah, so like I was saying, Bitcoin didn't pump today, but you know what? It didn't go down any further either. Just every time there's like some kind of weakness, you have all these people that's starting to just panic, right? And I'm not even talking about you guys. I'm talking about a lot of traders. A lot of guys are studying charts like oh, no, it broke this and it's going to go down and blah, blah. And you know what? Bitcoin didn't do any of that, right? It came back up, and I'm going to show you why it's overdue for a pump. But in the meantime, man, altcoins are smoking hot, especially the ones that were added on Coinbase last night. I did a video yesterday. That one, actually, there was something wrong with that video. I don't know if you guys were notified or you realized that, because I've been told a lot of people wasn't notified. And then I was told that you couldn't find it. So that was the problem. And luckily, I have someone on the inside that was looking at it and kind of gave me some clarification. So hopefully that doesn't happen again in the future. But that's why you guys need to be on a schedule and just tune in, regardless if you get notified or not. But anyways, yeah, those 4 Coinbase coins really, really, really pumped up. One of them including Engine, which is an NFT project I've been telling you guys a lot about. But besides that, I mean, up 51% today, and the other ones are even more. Like MKN is like over 100% or something like that. But besides, oh, here's another one, Origin, is also up 32%. But besides just the ones that was added, man, it's just big movement all around. I've been telling you guys, don't pass up BNB. Don't pass up Binance Coin. Despite the fact it's a big cap, I mean, it just continues to go higher and higher. I mean, the difference now between Ethereum and Binance Coin is only 4x. It was at 6 or 7x or 10x before. Now it's closing in at 4x. Once Binance Coin shoots above $100 billion, which I think it will in the future, imagine that. Then the Ethereum community better watch out, because right now Ethereum does have the network effect, obviously, right? They're the biggest dog in the game when it comes to smart contract plays, but man, Binance Chain just keeps going up and up and up and up, and it's double Cardano and Polkadot right now. That's how big they are, right? And XRP has been climbing, but they have stalled out a little bit, but they're coming back to $1. But, I'll get to this more in a little bit. But I just want to tell you guys that, man, altcoins are so hot right now. So hot. Despite the fact Bitcoin is, stagnant. But here we go. So looking at this article, this indicator suggests Bitcoin is overdue for a big price move. Okay, this is what I based the title off of. Overdue for a pump is what they're trying to say. Why? Well, this is utilizing the Bollinger Bands to look at. If you look at, let's look at this one real quick. This is 2017. If it pops up here. Okay, so down here you can measure the Bollinger Band bandwidth, and there's this line 0.15. So this is like a very low point. Like, you could, sometimes I talk about RSI, right? Oversold, overbought levels. I mean, this is, in that sense, measuring kind of the same thing. But you can see every time Bitcoin hits this 0.15 on the Bollinger bandwidth, it goes on, despite this one, but still, it went on a pretty good run. But this one, man, this is a crazy run, right? And then, of course, this is a crazy run. This time didn't have, well, this one also did. From here to here is also a crazy run, right? So that's 2017, and this is on a daily chart. So obviously, in between, there's a lot of up and downs. This is what people are panicking about all the time, like the little things. But if you zoom out, you realize nothing happened, right? It's still on track. So that was 2017, and we know where that ended. And now let's look at this. This is now, and you can see last time the Bollinger bandwidth went down to 0.15. That was right at 20,000. Remember, Bitcoin had a really, really, really hard time breaking above 20,000. That was the previous high. Obviously, a big psychological, barrier. But guess what happened? When Bitcoin broke out, man, did it go on a run. It literally doubled within a very, very, very short amount of time. And since then, you could see that, yeah, we had some up and downs, but, this Bollinger bandwidth never came back down to this 0.15 mark. I don't know if there's anything magical about it. It's just, you're looking at repeats, right? So now you could see that Bitcoin has been hovering here for quite some time here. So, and you could see, just like before, when Bitcoin was held below 20,000, now, it's held under 60,000. And if we break through and get that overdue pump, man, we could see double from here. Remember, I called 100,000 by the end of April. I readjusted that to 80,000 by the end of April. I mean, we still have a full 3 weeks. That could certainly come as soon as this next leg up starts. So according to this indicator and according to previous times, this is showing that Bitcoin, get ready. It's overdue. This big pump, this big move is overdue. Alexei, can you cover Phantom? I will cover Phantom. I talked about Phantom many times in the past. It's a good project, but I will talk about it during Q&A since that's a big super chat. Appreciate it. All right, so this is the reason why, of all things, if you're not paying attention to everything else that's going around the world, if you're just a technical guy and you want some proof of why Bitcoin is going to go up, well, here it is. Okay, but this is not the only reason or the sole reason why Bitcoin's going up, but if pattern repeats, and it tends to do often, or rhymes, then yeah, that we should prepare for a enormous, gigantic, humongous pump in the near future for Bitcoin. And you know what? Bloomberg also predicts the same thing. They're seeing Bitcoin rallying to 400,000 by the end of this year. Now, why did they think that? Well, again, they're looking at patterns. They're comparing right now to more like 2013's bull run, not 2017. And 2013's was even more bullish, right? But even if you have 2017 thrown in there, but you could see basically whatever indicator you're using, they're just plotting it out, right? You could see the bottom, and then you could see the top, and you could see in 2013, it broke through whatever this green line is. 2017, it broke through, and we're nowhere close to breaking through in 2021. But when we do, that's probably going to be at 400,000 or higher, 500,000, 600,000, which is why I always say 10x. Because I'm just going to assume it's going to go 10x from here. Maybe it doesn't go full 10x. It doesn't matter. I mean, right now, every 4 years, every time Bitcoin has this halving event, the year after halving event has been so, what do you call it? Prosperous, pumpish, moon-like, right? And we're already seeing that. The first 3 months of this year has basically been the best 3 months since 2013, right? It even surpasses 2017. Right now, what we're seeing is tremendous growth. Tremendous growth. Obviously, a lot have to do with, what's going on at the halving event with the inflation rate being cut down and so forth. But a lot of it is due to external factors, which I always talk about and concentrate on. So there's just a lot of things that's going for Bitcoin right now. All right, now moving on. This is no surprise with Bitcoin being as high as it is. There's 3 times as many crypto figures that makes it into the Forbes billion list as last year. And you guys may be curious who they are. Some are no surprise. Some are. I have no idea who this guy is. But he is the founder of the firm Alameda Research and also the founder of the derivative exchange FTX. This guy shot up from nothing to a net worth of $8.7 billion. And now he's the one that's going to take over Miami Heat's stadium, and they're going to rename it to FTX Stadium. Here's the thing, though. Like, if you research this guy, I have done a little bit. Supposedly, he took whatever software, like high-speed trading software or bots or whatever, and utilized that during the last few years of Bitcoin, and supposedly he did so well. That's how he made like billions, and then he started Alameda and then started investing in other projects and then made him more billions. But this guy is a freaking genius, or he timed it right or something. He just came out of nowhere, right? Winklevoss twins, you guys know him. Chris Larson, you guys may have heard of him from my videos. Jeb McCaleb, also Ripple veteran. Michael Saylor, you guys know who he is. Brian Armstrong, he's about to become a very rich man after the Coinbase IPO. Here's another one. Fred, who also co-founded Coinbase. I don't know, never heard of him. Chaopeng Zhao CZ from Binance, also a billionaire. The chairman, co-founder of Block, Matthew, I never heard of him before. He's a billionaire. Tim Draper, he's a billionaire. And Barry Shilbert, the CEO of, he's not CEO anymore, but he's a chairman of Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, Grayscale Trust. I mean, he's the CEO of the main company, Digital Currency Group. He's also a billionaire. And all these guys are so young. They're all like under 50 too. Man. Pretty darn impressive, right? Now, speaking of another billionaire, so another huge real estate billionaire follows in the footsteps of Tesla and buys Bitcoin. Not only that, all his properties now, residential and retail, including the malls, he will accept Bitcoin as payment. So, and guess what? Elon actually rents his property from this guy. So again, we have another giant mogul, you can say real estate mogul, that is jumping in. He has a whole bunch of cash and he's buying Bitcoin with it too for his reserves, and he's accepting it as payment. So this is the reason. This is the main reason. Besides, what I just showed you guys about the indicators and patterns, that's all good and dandy. But why is Bitcoin going up? Why is it going up faster than ever before? And that's because this list right here, which there's a lot more added, but this list right here keeps growing and growing because you have every single publicly traded company, institution, and anyone with any kind of money is looking at coming out with a Bitcoin strategy and buying Bitcoin, and many are buying Bitcoin left and right behind the scenes. So that's why I'm telling you guys, it's silly. It's really silly. If you see Bitcoin fall down 1,000 or 2,000 points and you're panicking, it's so silly to be doing that because all these big guys are just buying it up. There's just not that much to go around. There really isn't. There's only 18.5 million in circulation. About 4 million of that is gone, and the rest is all spoken for. The retail investors that's buying on Robinhood, PayPal, Square, Cash App, among all these other new financial apps out there, there's all the remaining ones are already spoken for. So everyone is fighting to get what exists right now. So the ones that are selling, weak hands, it's being moved to the strong hands. And that's why this is also the reason why I think, we might be in a super cycle. It's because all these guys that are just hoarding Bitcoin, they're hoarding it. So why would they sell at the end of the year? It just makes no sense, right? This is like the new, I don't know, what do you call it? The new gold rush, but it's the Bitcoin rush. So that's why I'm not panicked at all. If Bitcoin falls down, so be it. It's a gift, right? Here's another one. NYDIG raises 100 million from now insurance shines. So, I mean, this is what I'm talking about, Bitcoin strategy. Besides just buying Bitcoin, all these guys are also buying up stock or giving money to firms that's related to Bitcoin. So NYDIG made headline news when they sold Bitcoin to Mass Mutual. Mass Mutual also took a stake in them. But after that, they've been making so many partnerships left and right. And now they raised another 100 million, this time from Liberty Mutual and Star Insurance. So, yeah. And before that, they raised 200 million from Mass Mutual itself, New York Life, and others. So, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This is why Bitcoin is going to go higher, much higher, and why it can go to what Bloomberg thinks it will go to, 400,000 and possibly beyond. What else is there? I think this is the last one. Coinbase. We've been talking a lot about Coinbase recently, right? Kraken, which is another US-based exchange. Jesse Powell, I think it's Jesse. Yes, he says, his numbers for Q1 are just as good, or not just as good, but just as impressive as Coinbase's Q1 numbers. Take a look at this. The first quarter, well, let's start the whole quote. For us, any volatility is good, but it's always better when it's on the way up, obviously. The first quarter just completely blew away the entirety of last year. We beat last year's numbers by the end of February. That's not even counting March. The whole market has really just exploded. So this is the reason why exchange tokens like KuCoin token and Binance Coin, they're exploding, because every single exchange, and these are just US, imagine all the other ones overseas, every single exchange is experiencing difficulties keeping up with traffic right now. We know customer service sucks, right? Across the board. But this is the reason, because there's so much new money, new people coming in. So yeah, if you're in the US, I would not be surprised Gemini also declares that they're going to do an IPO. I mean, this is the perfect year for it. You could not have selected a better year to do IPO if you're a Bitcoin-based exchange, right? So Coinbase is leading the way. They're going to be evaluated at 100 billion after they come out. Who knows? With the influx of money, I've just talked about all these, companies are trying to get exposure into Bitcoin. I bet a lot of them go buy Coinbase stock. And then it'll drive Coinbase up. Maybe it goes up to 200 billion. And then imagine if Coinbase is worth 200 billion, then what is Binance Coin worth? Binance's volume is like 3 times higher than Coinbase, right? So does that make Binance a $600 billion project? You could argue that, right? And same thing with KuCoin, same thing with all these other exchanges that have their exchange tokens, right? So this is the reason why they're all flying high. And it's because you got to thank Coinbase for that. Their IPO is causing so much excitement right now, and everyone's trying to find the next Coinbase to invest in. And Kraken could be one of them. So they may be, if they're thinking about it, most likely they're going to do it. And I bet Gemini's going to do it, and I don't know who else is going to do it after them. All right. That's pretty much the news. I wanted to cover a few things real quick. Number one is Kava. I've been talking about this for a while. It is a project I support, and they are sponsored this show, but they have finally passed the Kava 5 upgrade. It already launched, and of course, with it, there's speed improvements. But what's interesting is their hard protocol, which is basically a competitor to, say, Compound. It's a borrow and lending app. But if you look at some of the interest that opened up here and what you're able to do, it's quite amazing. Quite amazing. Like the BUSD, almost $1 million already. This has opened just like an hour ago, and you can earn 84%. It's insane. Even USDX, Kava, even Bitcoin, they're offering 46% for staking. So they're coming out with some crazy APYs, way more than, say, some of the centralized services. So if you're interested, check out Kava. Okay, now before I get into Q&A, I do have a new sponsor today, and that's eMoney. Now, eMoney is interesting. When I first came across them, I think someone asked during Q&A. I'm like, I didn't really get it. I didn't really get it at all. But after doing some research, I do get it. So eMoney is all about payments. They have a blockchain created for payments. But beyond that, they're creating stable coins, specifically backed by European coins, European fiat, not the USD. You know how every single stable coin out there is really backed by USD, but eMoney is not. They're going to go with a whole bunch of fiat from Europe. But not only that, the tokens, these stable coins, are interest bearing, because every single stable coin they come out with will be collateralized by deposits or government bonds, which is held at commercial banks, which generate interest, which they're going to give back to the stablecoin makers, holders, I should say. So that's why there's an interesting twist there. So you're not just holding something that's pegged, say, to €1. You're pegged to something that's €1 that generates interest. So very interesting. They're fully transparent. They're audited regularly by Ernst & Young, E&Y. They are compliant. So they do follow everything, the AML, CFT, and any law that exists. And they already have traction. So all these stable coins that they're coming out with, so take a look. A lot of you guys like Avalanche. The whole ecosystem of eMoney, all these stable coins will be launching on Avalanche. And this was pretty big. And what are they launching? They're launching digital euros, Swiss francs, Norwegian krone, Swedish krona, and Danish krone. There's a lot of krones, right? And not only that, another big blockchain you guys like, Elrond, right? Same thing. All these are going to be coming up. So they're already making big partnership with big chains to bring up these stable coins to them. So that's pretty good. So they definitely do have traction already. And looking at their network, they have about 50 stakers. And you could stake. Native staking is available. The staking yield is close to 18%. So overall, this project actually seems pretty darn complete. So that's eMoney for you. If you're interested, the URL is in the description of this video. All right, so let's do some Q&A. I'll turn it back to you guys for some Q&A. And I did miss some super chats. The very first one is about Phantom, which I like Phantom. You know, they're like a highly scalable blockchain, almost like a layer 2 for Ethereum. And a lot of DeFi projects moved over to it. So I think Phantom is good. But, you know, since DeFi cooled off a little bit, Phantom also cooled off, and you could see that's why. But it's still way higher than before. You just have to wait for their turn to come back. That's how it works. All right, now what else did I miss? Is BCH going back to 5K? No, probably not. BCH is garbage, so I don't think it's going to come anywhere close to its previous highs. It's been diluted too. I mean, look at BSV forked off from BCH. And I think BCH forked again because there was another argument. I don't know. It's just, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Cameron asked about PundyX, which has real world products. Yes. Well, right now it's in lockup mode, at least on the exchanges, because they are going through their redenomination, the renaming the token. It's going to be 1,000 times smaller, right? And they do have real world product with their POS system and other things, right? So they look interesting. Their mainnet is coming out shortly afterwards. They are going to introduce native staking too. So after I looked at them, I mean, they do have a lot. They do have a lot going. I think you just got to wait until this redenomination thing is over. Can you look into WAN adopted by state government, kept on executing during bear market? But, you know, WAN chain changed. They're no longer a supply chain project. They completely changed it to a DeFi project, which I do think they have some traction, but I don't know. I generally don't like projects that just do a 180 because it shows that they couldn't do it. So now they're trying to get into something hotter. I'm not sure that's actually a good thing, but you know, we'll see. We'll see. Can you do a stream about times you got wrecked in getting into crypto? Could be informative. That's why I mix it in. And I talk about it a lot with my Patreon members. So we have a Discord chat that we talk with. But you know, I don't want to create a dedicated video. That would be bad. But I do have a separate video that's on my other channel. It's like a vlog channel, and I haven't kept up with it. I don't know if I will continue, but I did have one video specifically talking about that. You know, not having patience, not being diversified, really killed me in the past. So, yeah, I'll share bits and pieces with you guys. Cargo X mandatory in Egypt from July 1st. Can you check it out? Eric asked, how do you factor in fully diluted market cap when evaluating coin? It's hard to say. I mean, it depends because NFTs have a huge fully diluted market cap because they need to reserve the tokens for future products or items that they're trying to convert. So it really depends on what kind of project you're looking at. Building digital trust is the world's easiest way to upload documents, provide tools for secure instant transactions. You can also transfer ownership of documents. Okay. I'll say it's not bad. It's definitely like, you know, a business oriented project. But you know, there's non-crypto versions of this, right? That's already widely used. So I guess adoption will be a big thing. And it's not really a, you know, I don't know. I always say a sexy project. You know, most retail people getting into space, they could care less about that. Have you checked out CV? I have not. Car Vertical. Oh yeah, they're. I have seen them before. You know, it's about like history reports and stuff like that. Maintenance, all that stuff stored on a blockchain. They were based in Australia. I remember them really early on. I just thought that they're too limited. Thoughts on ADA? Don't worry about ADA. ADA will come back. I mean, it always goes in phases with ADA. It stalls out, and then it pumps up really hard, and it stalls. I mean, it's always like that. There's like so many super chats, so I'm trying not to miss it, but this is the reason why. Cat. I've looked at this before. I forgot what it is. Accelerating open innovation platform for AI and robotics. Okay. Anyone can collaborate, research, development, commercialize, innovate ideas, and get rewarded. No, not for me. I don't like AI plays, and I don't really think there's not going to be any collaboration on there. I mean, honestly. John, stop asking me. Yeah, unlock is an interesting thing, but way too early. I'm only going to stick to interviews of projects that's well established and ones that I support. I do think unlock protocol is interesting, but I'm not there yet. Do you think DeFi, DFit, first fitness crypto, No, that's Limpo, and they failed miserably. So I don't know if that's a good like thing that people care about. But Limpo has transited to an NFT play. Come on. Next generation digital fitness. Yeah, I get it. I get it, but I don't think it's gonna do well. Limbo had a lot of people utilizing it, and it just died. And there's a lot of free apps that do the same thing. When will institutional whales that have been buying BDC reveal they have BDC on the books, and why not now? Because they want to buy more. They'll probably reveal it when they're done. Not everyone is transparent like Michael. They don't want to drive prices up. They actually will want to drive prices down because then they can buy more, right? It's like, if you and a few others are trying to buy a car, are you going to reveal your intentions that you go buy the car? No. You go try to secretly buy it from the other two, right? Same thing with house shopping and stuff like that. It's like it's competition. Why would you reveal it? OMG, they've been doing pretty well. A scaling solution, layer 2 solution for Ethereum. They kind of lost their luster because they haven't really done anything with DeFi or NFTs specifically themselves. A lot of the other layer 2 solutions have branched off and come out with their own DEX or or NFT marketplace. So I think that's what's holding them back. If you're asking if Etho pumped and if you should sell if you made good money, then yes, because it's an unknown project. Basket coin listed on CoinMarketCap. Are you from the team? They were already listed. I looked at them before, and I remember I didn't really like it. But I'm pretty sure you're from the team, so I'm going to be nice and look at it again. First deflationary token secured by Basket cryptocurrencies. Okay. I'm going to say this about everyone that does this. When you have a token that claims it's the best deflationary token or it's the first deflationary token secured by whatever, or the fact that it is a deflationary token just because and that's the only use case. You should move far away from it. You should just get away from it. To me, those kind of coins are just money grabs. They might not be a scam, but they're pure money grabs. Because of course the founder and team has a large amount of it, and they're creating incentive for you to buy and hold it, but ultimately it's just a money grab because it serves no use. So I would stay far away from Basket Coin. I'm sorry about that. That's the honest truth. Do you think ADA partnering with the SAP is a threat to VeChain? Well, we'll see. We have to see. Charles is so caught up and all gung ho about this Africa deal, which I don't really even know much about. But I keep hearing him talk about that. So let's see what transpires first with that after things are done. Then we could talk about if it's a threat to VeChain. Clever, yes. Clever is a Tron wallet that's been rebranded to Clever, and they also cover other projects now. They're okay. They're fine. They were pumped up quite a bit before, and then they came down a little bit. They do have a lot. They're coming out with a new token. They're burning all this stuff, but a little gimmicky to me. Like, you don't need to do all that. You're a universal wallet. You could do a lot. Do something more with that. Anti. Shopping.io, kind of neutral on. They compete with a lot of non-crypto related, buying, I guess, websites and so forth. So got to see if they can take off. On-chain DeFi derivatives protocol, tokenized perpetual call, not for me. Cargo X, yes, will burn $80,000 per day. Okay. I don't. Okay, that doesn't really like. I don't, that doesn't make any better just because they're doing token burning. But why? Why should we care, right? Why should we? What are they actually really doing? Are they really getting all these government contracts? If so, then they could be good, right? But if you're just saying, "Oh, they're just gonna be doing burning," that's not. I mean, I just got done saying if you're just looking at things that's just deflationary, just to cause FOMO. That's not a good reason. Quant is a good one. Quant is a good one. They have a blockchain, a hybrid one, public, private, and it seems like the team is pretty good, but I don't hear really anything about them. I mean, marketing wise, I hear nothing about them. A lot of projects, they're constantly building, which is fine, but a lot of them are just really bad at marketing, so you have no idea what's going on with them. Let's just take a look real quick. I'm just curious. Okay, these are just talks. Saya achieves blockchain interoperability goal with Quant Network. Banking user is Saya. Private blockchain, okay, will be linked up to others, okay. Yeah, these are like, they're not. I guess I was looking for like more roadmap kind of stuff, but maybe they don't. Maybe they're just onboarding clients right now. I mean, overall, I think Quant is a good project. Perfect gives a love. Just super chat bigger instead of. Quite honestly, if you're doing a lot of small ones, I'm gonna miss it. Just do something bigger so I can see it. Kona. Yeah, I did see Atari. It looks interesting. But they've been around for a while and they partner up with so many projects. I don't know if the name recognition is good enough anymore. But yeah, we'll take a deeper dive with them. Can Audius go to top 100? Yeah, I actually do like Audius quite a bit. I do like them quite a bit because they have a strong user base already. They have a lot of use cases already. So yeah. No, I'm not gonna look at ETH though. It's too small right now. Sparta, I did review them before. They're trying to like an anonymous team that's trying to do like a AMM almost. They're starting with staking and then they're gonna do lending and then they're gonna do a DEX. Okay, small project that's okay. GTG says, here's a second. Can you reconsider DSL insurance play? Charts looking too good. Charts could look good all they want. If no one uses it, then why would it ever pump, right? Maybe pump groups will pump it, but you gotta go with something that makes sense. For me, insurance plays just do not make sense at all right now. As much as we hate paying insurance fees for our cars and mortgage and stuff like that, there's heavy regulations to make sure that those insurance companies can actually come through. Despite the fact they don't like to pay out, they should have enough money to cover what they're supposed to. These insurance plays, there's no guarantees of that. None. So you're just paying them money, and then once you claim it, they could be out of business, or they don't have enough to pay, right? So until someone can actually prove it, that they could actually really pay out, and that they won't go bankrupt from paying out, I'm not going to trust any insurance companies. Hecto chain, Huobi token equals Huobi exchange. Didn't you ask me this yesterday? And I looked at the wrong one or something. Let's bring up CoinGecko. Is it this? Eco chain? The Huobi chain? I hope this is the right one. Because I don't know what else there is. Is this the right one, or you're talking about the Huobi chain? Wazir, I don't like. I think it makes no sense to invest in an Indian exchange when they're so anti-crypto. So it makes no sense at all. And CRO is good. It's just that they've been pumped up so much, so they're taking a break. Do I like koi fish? Sure. No color preference. Wabi on long term, I gotta figure out what they're doing first. So yeah. If they could get back to their glory days and really start getting used again in supermarkets and everywhere else, then yeah, they could. But I gotta figure out what they're doing right now. Is this the right chain? Is this what you want me to look at? Eco chain? I think this is the Huobi one, right? Is this the one you want me to look at? Is this the one that's backed by Huobi? I know Huobi has an e-chain. I don't know if this is it, though. I don't see Huobi anywhere. Yeah, I don't know if this is it or not. But honestly, this actually doesn't look too bad. So whatever this is, if it's backed by Huobi or not, actually doesn't look too bad. So it seems like it's another promising chain that's pretty fast, and they have a wallet, and they have some partnerships. So I don't know if this is the one you want me to look at, but it actually looks pretty good. I don't like AGI. Love asks, if DSI makes no sense, how come they're integrating protocol in many projects like Link, Uniswap, Avalanche, Harmony? Anyone could hook up with Link. Link could care less because you're just utilizing their oracles, right? And all these other ones, they're not hooking up with Uniswap. It's just they're getting added in a liquidity pool on Uniswap. So you got to read into these. You got to read into these. These are not full-blown partnerships. They're just utilizing each other's services. So just think about that, okay? Just because it's going to be using one service does not mean that they actually really think they're a good product. So just remember that. GRT is the most used protocol aside from smart contract plays. GRT just helps companies create APIs, okay? So just keep that in mind. And then afterwards, you need to utilize an Oracle to retrieve. So I think you may be a little confused. Loom Network, they rebranded to a healthcare play. It makes no sense. No sense. They used to be a layer 2 solution, and then they were concentrating on games, one-click deployment in games. Now they turned to healthcare play. It's like weird. BCS starter. Okay. All right, I think that is it. Yes, that's it. BTT, just like Tron and everyone else, they were pumped up quite a bit, came back down. I don't know if they're going to pump again, but a lot of smart contract protocols are being pumped right now because people are just excited to get a cheaper value, basically, because you're seeing all the big ones get up so high, so they're looking at what exists and they're kind of taking a risk there. But a lot of them are pumping up. All right, guys, that's it. I'm gonna let you guys go. Filecoin is fine. It's gonna come back. It pumped up way too fast. I've even said, I don't know why Filecoin is pumping up this much. Just because you get added on Coinbase or have your own trust does not mean it should go up like that much that fast. But it did. But now, you know what? It's coming back. So Filecoin is fine, but I do like Arweave much better. I think they're a much better play, and they're the backbone for Solana, which is also a very promising play. So I do like them quite a bit. Oh, and I forgot to mention, you may see it on the screen. I have a new long-term channel sponsor from ITrustCapital. And what's interesting is I didn't know this existed until I talked to them. But if you do have IRA or 401k, you could utilize that to buy crypto on their platform, not only at a very reduced low cost of 1% per trade, which is actually lower than a lot of exchanges. But it's tax-free until you have to take it out. So it works just like your regular IRA, 401k. You can actually transfer in, and you can actually buy crypto. Besides crypto, there's also gold. And this whole thing is stored in a cold wallet, actually by Curve, which is the wallet provider that got bought out by PayPal for their cold wallet custodian service. So they're actually really good. They have $50 million insurance policy. You know, I wasn't really aware of what they were capable of until I talked to them. So I do have them as a new channel sponsor. For those of you guys that are interested, reach out to them, talk to them, and see, right? But of course, when you're dealing with your IRA, 401k, your retirement funds, you should be careful. But if you guys want to trade and hold a long term until you retire, it just makes a whole lot of sense, right? So their ITrustCapital, I have their URL in the description of this video for those of you guys that want to give them a try. And there's a promo code George. Utilize that when you're signing up. All right, guys, that is pretty much it. I'll let you guys go. Overall, today is a pretty darn good day. Bitcoin is coming up a little bit. Altcoins are exploding. So we'll see what happens later tonight. So tune in to my stream tonight, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right, guys, have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.